Hey everyone, it's David here once again, and today I just thought I wanted to share you guys exactly why my vacation went a disaster for me. I mean, you guys already know what happened when I shared the video. Made like a short video actually about like I forgot to get my GoPro and all that stuff. Well, not forgot my GoPro, I forgot my memory card for my GoPro. So, you know, it all started out like when I told you guys I had this some type of lung infection. And obviously I am getting better. I mean, the cough isn't that bad now. But let's just say, like, this happened before vacation. Well, before I went up north. So, you know, it was on a Monday and all this stuff. Well, I started to have this cough and all this stuff. And I thought it was just, I don't know. And, you know, I had to work that day too. Like, I'm off on school vacation, but I took a trip. I almost didn't take it because, well, let's just say if I didn't take it, I probably would not get unemployment. So, because when we're out of the job now, we can collect unemployment. So, unless we have to work. Until we have to work. I have to work next week though for a summer camp and all that stuff, but let's just say I'll get to the point. So I think it was around Monday night I started to burn up. Like, I was kind of burning up and all that stuff. And so what happened was that I know I wasn't well. So around Tuesday morning, you know, I woke up. I don't know what time it was. It was probably like maybe 5:30 or 6 or whatever it was. I mean, the sun was up. It was up early though, of course, because in the summertime the sun does come up early and all that stuff. So I told Mom, I said, Mom, I'm not feeling well. So she feels me and she knows I'm burning up. We were supposed to go for a walk in the morning, but obviously we couldn't do it because I wasn't feeling well. So I checked my temperature and it was up to 100. Yeah, well, it wasn't 101. It was up to 100. So kind of like a low-grade fever or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so I had to take some ibuprofen and all that stuff. Sometimes my temperature will go up, go down, go up, go down. It's kind of like really tedious. But it was like, I know something wasn't quite right. But I felt like I wanted to go to the doctors. But my mom told me that I shouldn't because this is just a virus. Usually a virus takes on, you have to let it take its course. So you can't really do nothing about it. So yeah. So, but then when we were on vacation, I mean, the cough was still really bad. and I was like, I didn't know what to do. Also, my temperature was going down, but then at one point it started going up. It wasn't up to 100, it was up to like 99.0 or 99.2. So it was really like, what is going on with me? Like, am I ever gonna get better or not? So now my parents have decided to think about, what should we do? Should we go to the walk-in clinic? Because this is not normal. And of course it isn't normal. So I agree, saying, yeah, let's go to the clinic. So we had to go to this clinic in Rochester in New Hampshire, since, you know, we had to find one that's nearby. So, and then, you know, maybe I'll feel much better to see what's going on, and maybe they'll give me something. So the nurse checks me out and all this stuff. Well, they check your virals and all this stuff, you know, your temperature. Although it's funny because when she checked my temperature, the temperature was normal. It was like 97 point whatever it was, maybe 99, no, 97.7, But then when she did the mouth, it said 98.0, 0, or whatever you call it. So, and I was like, well, that's odd, because the temperature in my the thermometer I had was 99.2. So I was like, did it just suddenly went down? So I was like, I don't know. So we waited and waited for the next nurse to come, and then that's when the nurse came in, probably like 30 minutes later. Or it felt like 30 minutes later. So that's when she checked me and all this stuff. When she checked my breathing, that's when she noticed something wrong. She noticed that I was starting to wheeze and all this stuff. and she knows that I have some kind of like some type of infection, like maybe like a respiratory infection. Wasn't like bronchitis or anything like that. They did check me for COVID and flu and all that stuff. And it came back negative. So that's exactly what happened and all that stuff. So I didn't have COVID, I didn't have the flu, which was nice. So I mean, I was pretty sure it wasn't COVID, because when I had COVID, I didn't have a fever. So I was like, well, I don't recall, unless I get it again, but maybe this time I have a fever. But however, it wasn't. So they put me on steroids and all that stuff. And they gave me my own inhaler, because I mean, when I use my mom's inhaler, because let's just say I have a history of asthma, and I mean, I hadn't really had an attack since I was very young, like maybe 5 years old, and I had to go to the hospital and all that stuff. So yeah, but I still have a history of asthma. So when I took mom's inhaler, she let's think, it would help, but then like hours later it would still come back. So she would have to give me, the nurse would have to give me some type of medicine to help it get me, you know, improve it. To improve it. And let's think. Oh yes, I had to put on Prednisone. It's like some type of medicine that's very, very helpful, and they said that is the best medicine. I know sometimes it's probably dangerous in some occasions, but it was a prescribed medication. It's a prescribed medication. I'm supposed to take it like for 5 days, like 2 tablets in the mouth for 5 days. As the inhaler for 1 puff. That's basically it, for 4 to 6 hours. So and yeah, so during my vacation I had to go up. I had to take my medicine. And to add this all up, so I went on the jet ski, and I wasn't sure I was gonna get footage on there and all that stuff, because since I didn't have a memory card for the GoPro, I ended up having some major problems with the jet ski. Yeah, it's like to add the insult to injury. So when I was on the jet ski, this buzzer was kept going off. It's saying for maintenance and all that stuff. It would go off like probably every minute, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it will go off every minute. So then I realized that it said 12 volt, low. So I'm like, what the heck is that? So I just ride around. I mean, I should have called my dad saying, Dad, something's wrong here, and I think I got a bad feeling something's gonna happen. And I should have, but I didn't, because I didn't know how far he was at and all that stuff, and I didn't know if he had his phone on him or not. And then next thing you know, I did try to go back, but however I ended up dying. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So now I'm like, so I call mom up, and I was trying not to tell her to panic and all that stuff. So, and yeah, so the unfortunate part was that I ended up breaking down. I had to be towed back. You know, I waved out a boat, At first, the first boat was like one of those big boats, like it was a bass boat, and on the stuff, and asked me if I need help or something like that. So I was like, yeah, well, I broke down and all this stuff. And then another jet ski was behind me and all this stuff, and it was this man with his teenager son, and they you know, fortunately I had something to tow with and all this stuff, and the teenager's son hooked up the front of my jet ski, and we hooked in the back, and he towed me back and all this stuff. Mom kept calling me twice saying, where are you, where are you? And I said, I'm like on the right side of the lake. I mean, he can't tow me fast, you know, because when he's towing me, he can't tow me fast. So, and all this stuff. So yeah, and when she finally saw me, I waved and all this stuff. He dropped me off by the boat ramp, because I told his teenager son to drop me off by the boat ramp. I'll guide you and all that stuff. So Dad's on his way to come get me, and I'm like getting the jet ski under control, you know, like such as like making sure like I guided and all that stuff to the trailer when we hooked it up. At this point, I looked it up, and it said like it had to do with the battery, like the 12-volt battery. So yeah, so I think what it had to do with said that usually, well, why did it die? Usually it just charges when it's starting, right? Well, there is something like a wiring connection that's connected to the battery that's not going through the battery, or whatever it is. I mean, I'm not no mechanic, but that's what my dad is saying, because I told Dad all the details and all this stuff. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to drive it, the jet ski, because he didn't have the tools. We didn't know what we had to do. So I don't know. It's kind of funny because last year it was the cylinder and all this stuff. So it was one wrong thing to another. So yeah, you all lessons learned and all this stuff. So I went fishing and I didn't catch nothing, unfortunately. So I've been trying to I want to do some fishing, but I haven't done it because, well, because I got to see what's wrong with me first. The weather's been hot this week and all that stuff, so I'm gonna see what I can do, you know. I like to try to get back up there again. So alrighty guys, so that's basically it. So once I do once I get out there and fishing and all that stuff, I will, do it and share it to you guys on YouTube. So just make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell button so you don't miss out any of my videos. At least I'm doing a POV video of the Ram 1500. So that, yeah. Alrighty guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.